Yo, yo, post-game live, back at it again. Wednesday night Knicks, just when you thought you had a snooze fest of a game, the ISO Zoe show turns up. Frank Ntilikina turns up on the defensive end, and the Knicks trash their little brother, the Nets, by the score of 107-102. CP from the Knicks Fan TV in the building. My man Jay Ellis on the other side. And we got our boys from the Posting and Toasting blog. First, we got Ashwin Ramnath, a.k.a. Schwinny. And we got Alex Wolf, a.k.a. Alex Wolf, in the building. Fellas, what's going on, man? What's going on? So, yo, tonight, real quick with the rundown tonight, we're just going to go around the panel, give our takeaways, and then we want to hear from you guys. The phone lines are up. Call us up, 657-383-1509. Call us up and let us know your thoughts on the game, Alonzo Trier, whatever you guys want to talk about. I don't know if you guys want to talk about the KD rumors as well. You know, if time permits, we can touch on that as well. So, fellas, let's go around the horn and get your takeaways from the game. I'll start with our guest tonight, Schwinny. Start us off, man. What you give me some takeaways from tonight's game?
Cut Moutier.
Cut Moutier. Get him out of here.
No, let's start with good stuff. I thought that. I mean, I've kind of. I didn't like Trier the first few summer league games just because one, the shots weren't falling, so that always makes a difference. Yeah. But like he's an ISO player, so when the shots aren't falling, he's like not giving you anything. And he's taking away from the entire offense. And his defense wasn't good either. But, man, since the preseason started, like, he's been bringing it on defense especially. And obviously on top of that, when you're scoring like he was today, all right, well, yeah, that'll do it. Plus, he's getting to the line. And we haven't had that in so long.
He's aggressive out there, man.
Yeah, we've been such a bad team at getting to the line. And so having him and having Knox, who's like showing that he'll get to the line too, that's a nice boost just to get easy points because we never get easy points. So getting easy points is good. It's really good. And I got to give props to Enes Kanter because as much I shit on the guy a lot, but I mean, it'd be easy for him to just walk through the preseason. But, he's playing with energy and I respect that.
Yeah, I mean, Kanter's the leader of the team. You know what I mean? Kanter's going to have to be the leader of this young team, especially with Kristaps out. So he had another, typical Kanter night, double-double night. We're going to be relying on that, especially his offensive rebounding, to kind of carry us. Jay Ellis, let me go to you, man. What was your takeaways from tonight?
Man, I don't want to double down on Zoe, but it's like, man, I'm going to have to because, listen, he took over today. The ball movement was really not that existent, but Fizdale said earlier that there's one guy who's really good at not moving the ball, and he's not gonna, and he lets him do what he does, and paid off today, and he rattled off 25 points easy with shooting 66% from the field. So I love that, and I also love. I saw a little bit of aggressiveness from Frank today. I saw he banged it.
He did. Frank got aggressive right off the bat. Mm-hmm. Who'd he bang it on? I hope it was Jared Dudley, man. I don't remember, man, but I hope he banged it on Jared Dudley.
One of the guards. I think it would have been LeVert.
Yeah, it might have been LeVert. Might have been LeVert.
He slipped under somebody and banged it, and I was happy about that, and I was really happy that he smacked Dinwiddie's ball the hell out of here. Like, get that. Oh, yeah, I remember. You remember Dinwiddie? Yeah,
man. Those are two plays, man. Dinwiddie and Dudley, man. I can't stand either one of them, man.
Yeah, I just want to have like a graphic of him saying that they're the best team in New York and no one could guard them, and then play KP blocking the ball with one hand and saving it out of bounds. Then right after that, play another clip of Frank blocking the ball. So,
Facts. Alex Wolf, let's go to you, man. What you think about the game tonight?
Yeah, I mean, again, like, obviously, Trier had a hell of a game. It's kind of hard to get around that, like, because it was so good. He literally single-handedly pulled the team up.
He did
in the second quarter and put them on whatever it was. It was like I don't know what the run was that they went on, like the exact number, but it felt like a 50-0 run. In the second quarter there, all by him. But Frank, again, like to build on Jay Ellis's point, like Frank, I thought, played a really nice, complete game. Like, from start to finish, he showed some aggression. He kind of showed what I wanted him to show tonight. He wasn't like, going nuts out there like Trier was or anything. But I mean, he took smart shots. He looked for his own shot a little bit. Only had 1 assist, but he gave you that contribution on the defensive end that you expect, and really kind of captained the defense, which was good. So he was probably my second best player of the night.
2
if I had to
second
pick
stars. One. Yeah. No, I agree, man. For me, I think my takeaways, number one, obviously Trier. Trier, the instant offense. ISO Zoe's his name, man. That's what I'm calling him. I'm calling him his social media tag. They don't call him ISO Zoe for nothing. He knows his job is to go out there and score in that instant offense. And Fizdale this week, I think that was yesterday's quote that I saw Jay Ellis had posted. Fizdale gave him the green light. You know what I mean? He's basically like, for everybody else, it's either ish or get off the pot. You know what I mean? We got to move that ball around. But for Trier, he doesn't mind if that ball sticks in his hand because he knows that he can move that rock. So that was number one, was Trier. Secondly, Canner, like Schwinny said, Canner and Lance, even Lance, Lance is plus minus tonight. I don't think he even scored any points. I think he was still a plus 14 or so. I think Lance is locked down that power forward spot while Kristaps is on the mend. And, Canner's double. His rebounding is going to be much, much needed on this team. So I like what I saw from them tonight. Lastly, I would say, the two things I look at in these preseason games, win or lose, is the point guard battle and the rookies. So we talked about the rookies. Trier did his thing. Knox wasn't so much effective tonight, but, his night will come. And Robinson, again, did his thing on the defensive end, but he ended up catching a sprained ankle later on in the evening. But from the point guard standpoint, and Schwinny, this will segue to you. The first game, it was Burke. Burke's time to shine. He shined a little bit. Tonight, I believe it was Frank. But, Moutier is still not finishing. His offensive game is he's still building a house out there worth of bricks. Moutier struggled. He's struggling. But I like what I saw from Frank tonight. I like that aggression. Frank definitely turned it up. His explosiveness was there. And so I like that, man. But what do you guys take from Moutier and this three-headed monster, man? Where do we go from here in terms of the point guards?
Moutier is, honestly, I think he's one of the 5 worst players in the entire NBA. I'm not even exaggerating. Like, every time he comes in, he's like this ball of negative energy, and nothing good happens for the team on either floor. Like, it's unbelievable. But then you look at his stat line. You're like, oh, all right, he had 5 assists, a few rebounds or something. But it's never like. But the column that is never good is his plus minus column. Never.
Yeah.
It's never good, and he's just he's never in control of what he's doing on the floor.
Yeah.
Today he just came in, and it's like, I mean,
minus 10 on the night, 2 points, 1 assist, minus 10.
Dribble penetration is good, but you have to actually know what the hell you're doing once you get in there. You can't just get in the paint and then be like, oh, well, shit, I didn't realize there are going to be 5 guys in here.
And the funny thing to me is that when you talk about dribble penetration, I feel like of the 3 guards, he's the best at it.
Yeah, and he's the worst
finisher. And the worst finisher.
But you know what was what was worse is today is, there were a couple possessions that really bothered me because, so one was right after Frank, he hit a 3. Right after he hit a 3. And Moutier has the ball coming up on the break. Frank's wide open on the wing. And instead he tries to throw – I don't even know who he was passing it to. I honestly have no clue who he was passing it to. Because Hezonja was cutting from the corner.
I saw that play.
And he threw it 17 feet to the other side of the – I honestly have no idea who he's throwing it to. And then and then 3 separate times within without – looking to pass, without looking to create a better shot. He just took used the pick and roll and then pulled up for a mid-range jumper. It's all right, if you do that, you better bang that shit.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Agree.
Everybody was in open practice. He looked like in open practice, he looked like he knew what he was kind of doing. He still couldn't walking through gum. Like there's still times in open practice where he just kept falling when he got to the hole, but at least he was hitting his jump shots and it looked like he was actually taking a step in the right direction. I don't know. Is he like a practice player? You know what I mean? Like he's good at practice, and then he gets in the lights and he just kind of chokes up. I mean, that might be what's happening right now, man.
He's good at practice,
I don't know, man. Al, weigh in on this one, man. What do you think about all this with the 3-point guards?
Clearly, Moutier's the bottom at this point. I mean, I think I finally tonight, for whatever reason, I don't know why tonight was the tipping point. I mean, it's not like this is the first time we've seen him like this, but tonight it just really hammered home for me. I'm like, I don't really want this guy on the team anymore.
Yo, Alonzo Trier is real, right?
Yeah.
Somebody has to go. We're looking at our squad like
that's the question.
We're looking at our squad like everybody wants Moutier gone, but we know he's not going to go anywhere, and it's depressing.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like Moutier. Like I get the feeling they'll probably ride it out. They're probably not going to cut him because they invested like a very small amount in him.
Honest question: is he even better? Like he's not better than Ron Baker.
No, he's not.
No, I don't think so.
I don't. I think if you honestly watch the Knicks, right, or if you've watched since they acquired Moutier, if you've watched Moutier through his, you can't tell me one thing he does on the floor well. Like I don't even know necessarily if Ron Baker does anything particularly well. I think
his defense.
But even if you don't think he plays good defense, at least he is trying to play good defense. I don't even know what Moutier is trying to do on the floor anymore. And, like, I've seen people try and tweet that he needs confidence. Like, yo, if he doesn't have confidence, then how come he's jacking up shots? Like there's no tomorrow.
I was going to say, I think Moutier has an overabundance of confidence.
He's too confident.
Like today, like you said, he had that one possession. There was that one that sticks out in my mind. I actually tweeted like a gif of it because it just felt like such a Moutier experience. He pulled up, bricked a shot. We got the rebound back. He got the ball back. He drove into the lane. He got a perfectly clean look at the hoop and just like clanged it horribly. Like it was awful.
Building bricks out there, man.
Exactly.
And he didn't fall.
Yeah, at least he didn't fall.
Facts. Yo, Alex, what are the things that we had talked about earlier? You had said, according to Ian Begley, Fizdale, one of the coaches that is trying to bring Clyde in to have some impact on these guards, man. And we haven't seen this in a long time. We've been clamoring for it for so long, so many regimes. We've been saying, why not bring in Clyde, the legendary Clyde Frazier, to kind of guide these point guards, man. So what do you think about that?
Oh, I think it's awesome. I was so excited. I mean, we've been saying for years, it's like the Knicks claim to be this organization that looks out for their own and, is in such good standing with most of their legends. And to be fair, like outside of maybe Charles Oakley, they are. But like, you look at Clyde and he's the last championship point guard this city's had. So, I mean, how you could not at least get some knowledge out of him is beyond me, because when you hear him talk during the games now, he's the color guy for the broadcasts, and clearly he understands the game as it is now.
Facts.
It's not like he's a fossil where he doesn't understand how things work these days. And just the biggest thing with him is his tips on defense, I always think are just phenomenal. Like so simple, but so so good. You know what I mean? He gives these simple tips that really hit home and are really like what I think our guys need to hear a lot of times. Say hello to my cat pulling up behind me.
The black cat. Yo, so Jay Ellis on this Alonzo Trier thing, man. He went off. We got Alonzo Trier on a 2-way contract, right? For those of you at home that don't know what the 2-way contract is, right now it means that he can spend a maximum of 45 days with the main roster, but for the most part, he's got to come back and forth from the G League. Does that change now? And if so, who's going to be the odd man out in the equation? Jay Ellis, I'll let you weigh in first on this. Who's going to be the odd man out? I mean, what do we do here?
I would get rid of Moutier, man. Like I don't think they're gonna do it, but it's just even Isaiah Hicks is growing on me, dude. Like,
yeah, yo, Hicks is stepping up, man. Hicks is stepping up.
Thing is, does Hicks try?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so he's better than Moody.
Did you see when? Oh my! Then when he just blew right by him, and he just looked like he was so surprised that it happens. Like he didn't look like he even tried, man. Like I don't understand. Moody has to go, man.
Al,
like,
who's your odd man out, man?
I actually think an easy thing that they could do potentially to make this work is, I don't know what status with Cornette's contract was, but like guaranteed. Cornette hasn't been like, is it fully guaranteed?
Yeah, I believe it is. Guaranteed. I believe it is for $1 million plus.
But it was a minimum deal. I would probably cut him, give him the money, and sign him back to a two-way deal.
Is Vonleh fully guaranteed?
Vonleh's guaranteed as well.
Is it fully though?
I don't know.
Is Vonleh fully?
If it is or isn't, it's a minimum contract. You know, essentially a rookie minimum, or like slightly more than rookie minimum. So it's like 800-something thousand or 1.2 million, or I don't freaking know. I forget.
I think it makes more sense to just cut Vonleh, just because. I mean, like I
like Vonleh more though. So
we need somebody who's a bruiser. We don't have anybody outside of Cantor who can rebound.
But don't we need that depth with Vonleh though? What do you guys think about that? I feel like I feel like with Vonleh, man, I feel like we need that depth.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like depth at the bigs is lacking, man.
Yeah. I mean, you could say the same for Cornette, I guess. But I kind of am leaning more towards. It's only the first two preseason games, so you know. Grain of salt and whatever, but so far I've liked what Vonleh has done quite a bit, and I think he has some traits that would be good for this team, like the rebounding. He's shown a little bit as far as inside scoring goes and stuff like that. So I think he would be a good person to keep around, and I feel like maybe he has more potential to get better than Cornette does. If I had to pick between the two,
I agree with you. Yeah, I feel like Cornette. Yeah, I feel like Cornette might be the easiest.
Yeah,
I mean, Cornette switch that out with Trier, I'll be happy.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I think it's Dotson, but then Dotson comes in these last minute stretches, and Dotson does his thing. So I don't know, man.
Dotson should be getting Moody his minutes, man. Stop this, stop it, man. He's outplaying him in the real game. He's outplaying him, and even in the open practice, he was playing well there too. Like, get that man his minutes.
You got it.
He needs to play. He's like a player that he needs to play with better players, because he's a shooter, so you got to get him like it's such a struggle to get him shots with that bench lineup, because you like run him off 15 screens, and that's the way he gets open. Whereas if you play him with like, I don't know, Knox and Burke and Hardaway and these guys, you'll get open shots just within the flow of things more. And I don't know, I just feel like he brings. I mean, it doesn't matter to me whether he plays or not. But like, if he doesn't play, if this is about if Fizdale is, you know, culture this and you got to earn it, and I want to roll the ball out and all this good stuff, like show me that. And like, because Moutier hasn't done anything, not one single thing.
Indeed.
At least look, we're not in practice. We don't know what's going on there.
Right.
But in the full, like it
hasn't been translating.
Yeah, and like whatever the 20 games were last year with the Knicks and the first two preseason games this year. He doesn't even look like a G League player.
Yeah, it seemed like he got worse.
Yeah, seemed like he regressed, man. Seemed like he regressed. Shout out.
He needs to be fat to play or something.
I don't know, man. I don't know. But yo, shout out to everybody in the chat. Once again, this is Post Game Live. Knicks Fan TV, Nick of Time, showing the boys from Posting and Toasting. Shout out to everybody watching on YouTube, all of our regulars in here. Shout out to Carlito. Shout out Alex. Shout out Gambino Raw, Lily Phillips, Ace Bezel. What's going on? T. Williams, Romeo Dredd, George Millette. What's going on, George? Who else is in here?
Young Simba.
Simba. What's good? Nick Dreezy. What's good?
Joseph Quinones.
Yeah, man. Ricky D. Ricky D's in here. Yeah, man. Yeah, call us up, 657-383-1509. Let's hear from you guys. What do you guys think of tonight? What did you think of Trier tonight? Who's the odd man out in the rotation? Check out the fan poll at the top right-hand side of the video. It's the little eye icon. Vote in tonight's fan poll. Who do you think is the odd man out? Should they give Trier a full-time contract? Let's go to the phones real quick. We got somebody on the line right now. Yo.
Yo, what's good? It's Carlito. Y'all know what's going on.
Carlito, what up, man? Yo, speak up a little bit, man. You sound like you sleeping, brother. Wake up, bro. The Knicks just won, man. We undefeated in the preseason, man.
I'm here.
We're in that preseason chip.
We in the preseason chip, man. We in the running. We contenders right now, man. Respect us. Respect us, man. All right, yeah, go ahead with your point, man. What you think?
Yeah, I'm gonna go on real quick with Alonzo Trier. I still think that he should be on a two-way contract. But not, down in his talent. He can obviously score, but I think it's going to help his game actually a lot because he's going to be playing more, you know what I'm saying, and he'll be able to develop. So I think it's going to really help him, and he'll still be able to come up, and play. So I think we should utilize that,
I think he can help us.
His two-way contract.
I think it can help us, like, right now. Like, obviously, there's going to be some scoring droughts, it seems like. And
the thing is, though,
I think it can help us, but I think that I don't think he's going to have that, he's going to be that all season. You know what I'm saying?
No, of course not, but.
Yeah, obviously, he's gonna have his spurts, right? He's gonna be that dude that, some nights you're gonna be like, damn, he lit it up, and some nights you're gonna be like, damn, pass the damn ball. You know what I mean? But I mean, it just seems like where we are right now, especially with the inconsistencies that we're gonna see at the point guard, we're gonna need that scoring spark off the bench, and it just seems like he's fitting that bill. He's getting those minutes pronto. Those 6-7 man minutes ahead of guys like Dotson. So I don't know. I think if they could find a way to get him in, they might as well.
With the point guard situation, it reminds me of the point guard situation reminds me of Isaiah Thomas when he first started out in Boston. I mean, it could really go either way. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you could either start Trey Burke or you can bring him as a 6-man. Me personally, his size, it showed you that, defensively he really can't do much. And I think that, like, if he comes off the bench as a 6-man, let's say even if he's coming off the bench, he could still finish the game. He still might have more time than Frank in certain days because, that's just how it is in the league. Certain days, Trey, he'll have the advantage over certain guards, and some days he won't because he's small, And, again, Frank proved my point. When you play him, like, for a pretty long time, like, not taking him out, he basically shows you what he can do. Today they was basically forced to play Frank. They were forced to play him more because Trey was in foul trouble. So they were forced to play him. You see, like, he doesn't force the game. He just allows the game to really come to him, So it's an equal balanced out situation, but Moutier is definitely not going to be our starting point guard.
Nah.
Moutier's going to be the odd man out, man. Absolutely.
He might start for us in Westchester.
At this rate.
Yeah, he might start in Westchester along with the other two guys we picked up yesterday, man.
He can come off the bench in Westchester.
Timmy should take a page out of Trier's game.
Yeah, what'd you think of your
boy? Finishing contact, man. Like,
what'd you think of your boy Timmy tonight, man? For those of you watching at home that don't know Carlito, he's the president of the Tim.
He needs to learn from the.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
He needs to learn from the undrafted rook. He needs to learn from him because I mean, like, this guy's shot selection, it kills me every time. Like, every time it just kills me. Like, bro, you can't hit a shot. You need to go to the basket. Go to the basket and get an easier look instead of always trying to shoot a shot because once you miss, it's going to be stuck in your head that you missed. So with Timmy, it's just like Timmy is Timmy.
Indeed. Let me go to the panel here. Al, what's your take on Timmy overall and going forward with this team, man?
I think he's been all right. I think he's been running a little cold the first two games, which last year he did the same thing, particularly in the regular season. He started off like on ice for the first like 10 games, and then all of a sudden he started getting back kind of into what you expect out of him. I don't know. I think he kind of is who he is. I don't know how much room he has for improvement at this point. Like, I know last year when they signed him, I thought maybe he would have a little room to get better still because he's still relatively young.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he can maybe fine tune some things. I don't know if he's going to add too much going forward now. You know, it just kind of seems like he is who he is. I hope he can improve on his 3-point percentage.
Is he a part of the future?
Yeah.
I would say it depends.
I think it depends.
Like, if they could trade him tomorrow, I wouldn't be heartbroken.
I think it depends. If they know through back channels that they have a legit shot, and I'm not counting on this. We've had our hopes let down so many times. But if they hear through back channels that they have a legit shot at Kyrie or KD, you know, lightning strikes, yeah, he's out of there. You know what I'm saying? He's out of there. But until then, I think, number one, finding a deal for him is going to be tough. And number two, I just don't think, you know, those scenarios are going to be realistic. I think it's more realistic that they get maybe one max player, and getting two is going to be, you know, pretty close and impossible.
Yeah.
But Schwinny, you had wrote an article earlier this year, you know, kind of analyzing Timmy's year last year and kind of the tale of two Timmys. What's your take on Timmy this year?
I don't care about guys that have like track. Like if Cantor was sucking it up right now, I wouldn't care either because there's enough of what they've actually done in meaningful games that, like, if they want to. I mean, not that I prefer that they try and, you know, like, I think they are trying. So I'm not saying it's okay that he's playing bad, but I just don't think it's that big of a deal.
Yeah, you wouldn't put stock into his preseason, basically.
Yeah, I'm just not really that worried about it. Like, basically what I think it all will boil down to is, will he shoot better from three this year? And he's never shot as bad as he did from three last year. So I would say the odds are that he shoots better. And if he shoots better, are we going to be like, yeah, he's totally worth his contract? Probably not. Are we going to say that he's okay and not some horrible player? Yeah, probably. So I don't know. I really don't care about Tim Hardaway Jr. or his contract at this point because I'm just really sick of talking about it.
Jay Ellis, go ahead on Timmy, man. Yo, Carlito, I'm going to drop you and pick somebody else up. Appreciate the call, man. Go ahead, Jay Ellis.
All right, man. No problem.
Thank you.
I don't know. I mean, I'm a little bit worried. Well, I've been kind of optimistic about Timmy because I felt like, you know, last year was his first year being a starter, and he would get a starter. I thought he might be a starter the whole year this year, and maybe he'll be able to take that step and be more consistent shooting the three and overall. So I was hoping to see a little bit of that in preseason, and I don't know if it's really seen it yet, and I don't even know if his shot selection has improved yet.
No, it definitely has not improved.
Yeah, so, like, and Clyde called it out. Clyde continues to call it out every game, the first game and tonight, calling out his shot selection. His shot selection is piss poor.
Exactly, and he himself knows that his shot selection is what's holding him back. He said it himself in the press conference. So, I mean, it's getting me kind of worried early. I know it's only preseason, but if you know that's your Achilles heel and you still haven't really improved on it a little bit in preseason, it kind of worries me that he might not take that next step.
So, like, to me, I think that just comes down to coaching because when he was in Atlanta, the shots he was taking were better.
Much better, yeah.
And I kind of think when I'm watching the Knicks right now, I feel like a lot of what's going on is Fizdale's just kind of like there's some like basic things they're running right now that look like, oh, okay, this is stuff that they'll try and use to initiate a set, or this is how they're going to try and get into their offense early in the clock. But a lot of it just seems like he's kind of letting them just play.
He's running,
and that worries me a little bit.
Yeah. So I think this would be my guess, is I'm assuming that as the season goes on, not just Timmy, like the whole team, I think the shots we're taking will change. Like, I think we'll be shooting a lot more threes. I don't know if we'll be running stuff in the post for Ennis as much as we are right now, though. Like, you know, when he has it rolling like he has today, it's not really a bad option.
I think they're gonna rely on him a lot for offense this year, man. So too, especially with KP
out. Early for sure.
Early, yeah.
All right, I think with KP out, like Cantor and Hardaway are probably going to see a lot of work. As primary options.
Definitely.
I mean, we saw that last year already. It's not like we haven't seen this before because we spent half a season without KP. Naturally, now you have Knox too. You have Trier, hopefully, on an NBA deal if we're lucky. But I don't know. I mean, it's Tim. Like, I don't think he's built for that. I think he's built to be like, if we were going to have a really truly good team, he'd probably be, you want him to be maybe your third scorer or your third, best player out there at any given time, if not your fourth.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think it's ideal, but he'll get us where we need to go for now. I do hope that he improves the shot selection a little bit, maybe tries to look for stuff more in the flow of the offense rather than just like, I feel like taking a three now, I'm going to take a three, because that kind of seemed like his attitude tonight and the first game.
Indeed.
But also it's preseason, and you know what? He might just be trying to jack a lot of shots to get into a regular season rhythm so he can avoid what he had happen last year.
Pause.
Where he was so cold going into the regular season for whatever reason. So who knows? I don't know what his motivations are, but like Schwinn said, it's preseason. Yeah. You know what I mean? We already know what he can do.
Yeah.
Like, if he doesn't take those shots, like, somebody has to take shots on this team, right? Somebody has to take shots on this team. And there are three guys that I think are going to end up taking lots of shots. Burke, Hardaway, and Kanter. Those three guys are going to eat. And I'm not that annoyed by that because I don't necessarily think the best way for, like, Frank and Knox and Trier and these guys to develop is just for them to, like, come in and, like, have whatever they want. I don't know if that's the best way to, like, I think it's fine.
I agree with you.
I think it's fine if the other three guys get to, like, chuck a little bit and, Knox and Frank and these other guys kind of have to, like, develop very much individual skills before they become all around players and, like, because like even last year with the Celtics, like, Tatum was super advanced, but if you actually watch them play throughout the season, like, Tatum wasn't just allowed to do whatever he wanted. Like, he didn't get the ball all the time. I don't even know. I'm pretty sure his usage was, like, under 20. So he's, like, he wasn't allowed to do whatever the hell he wanted.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to them getting the shots. It's just the type of shots. Like,
I'm with you.
Right. On that. All right, let's go to the phones. Area code 917. Yo. Yo, what's up, bro? Hello.
What's going on, fellas?
What up, man? Who's this?
Man? Hello?
Yeah, we here, man.
This is Rich from the Bronx.
Rich, what's good, bro? What's the deal?
What up, man?
What's good? Yo, future looking real bright, fellas. Future looking real bright.
Yeah, we got some decent.
Yo,
players, man.
I was thinking, can't we send Timmy and maybe Moody for a package deal for Butler or something like that?
Not happening.
Nah, I don't think you're getting a bag.
Yeah, we can't get rid of these players, man.
You're not getting anything from Manuel Moutier, man. You can't even get Stephon Marbury for Moutier.
They were trying to get Ben Simmons for Butler.
Nah.
All right.
All he would be there for.
So what about sending Moutier on a two-way contract, sending him back to the G League so he get some confidence, because they think that's all he needs, right? Some confidence, and signing Trier to a full contract.
You can't sign Moutier to a two-way deal because he has too much NBA experience at this point. There's NBA experience limits. So he's already past that. Like, he's past his expiration date as far as that goes. Now you can cut him and just sign him to an actual regular G League contract, which might be appropriate, but you can't sign him to a two-way deal anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's what I want to know.
I mean, I would definitely do it if I could.
All right, Rich, appreciate the call, man. Appreciate the call, Rich. Let's go to 646. You're live. What's going on, bro?
What's going on, guys?
What's up? Who's this?
Max from the Bronx. What's good?
Max from the Beard Unks. What's good, man?
Knicks representing right now.
Huh? How's everything going today?
Good, man. Good, man. What's your take tonight? What's your opinion tonight?
All right, so here's my take, right? So I called Monday, and I told you Burke and Hardaway cannot start together because the defense would be so bad. You know, Burke had 4 fouls and it was like 4 minutes to go in the second quarter.
He didn't have his best defensive
night. He couldn't guard anybody.
He didn't have his best defensive night.
He couldn't guard anybody. He couldn't do anything. Like, listen.
And you had said the last call you had wanted Frank as a starter, right? Last call, I believe, right?
I want Frank as a starter. Right. Because Frank, look at you. If you're 6 feet, I don't even think he's 6 feet, to be honest. Trey Burke, he might be like 5'10" or some shit.
Yeah.
There's no way you can guard a Spencer. There's no way you can guard a Spencer Dinwiddie who's 6'6", or D'Angelo Russell who's 6'5". You can't guard him. I'm sorry, you just can't guard him. You're not going to be able to guard him, right?
Yeah, so he's going to struggle out there.
Predicated on offense. Huh?
He's going to struggle. He's going to struggle defensively, that's for sure.
I agree
his
with
whole
you,
thing, his whole value, his whole value is predicated on offense and mid-range shots. So he shot the ball like a god for mid-range last year. I'm telling you, that's not going to happen again. It's not going to. It's not going to happen. So his value goes dramatically down. So you telling me, look at what Frank did, right? Frank was talking to Fizdale. He got distracted by Fizdale. Spencer took advantage of that. Frank, with his length, made up and blocked the shot. Burke can't do that. He can't do it, right? He just can't do it. So if Frank is even average on offense, this is not a conversation of who should start. It shouldn't be any conversation. Because unlike Moutier, Frank can actually hit a wide open shot. Moutier can't do anything. I don't know what Moutier does. He doesn't do anything right. Not defense, not driving.
He falls, man. He's the master of falling down.
He does nothing right on the court. Seriously, he should be cut. If Fizdale's real, he said, "Listen, bro, I can't do nothing for you. I just can't do it." Because listen, look, Ron Baker is a high IQ player. He's not athletic, but Ron Baker can hit a wide open three. Ron Baker can get you in your set. Ron Baker can do
I don't know about the wide open three. I don't know about the wide open three, man. I think that's what we want him to do, but I don't think he's consistent at that. I thought he would have coming out of Wichita, but I didn't see it.
Moutier, if he's wide open for three, you walk away and get the rebound. That's how confident you are he's not going to hit the shot. You can't do that. You can't do that with Baker, right?
Facts. Yo, Max. Go ahead. One more. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I want to tell the people in the chat, because I be wanting to type stuff in the chat because people be so crazy about Frank. Listen, this is not Dykeman. This is not Dykeman basketball. All right, just because someone has a crossover and can hit a jump shot doesn't mean he's a New York City player. Do you think Greg Popovich would start Trey Burke over Frank? You think Brad Stevens would start Trey Burke over Frank? You think the guy from Utah, Snyder, would start Trey Burke over Frank?
Let me get these panelists in there to respond to this, man. Al, give me your takes on what Max is saying about Trey Burke. What you think?
Like, I would tend to agree. I think I would start Frank over Burke. I think Burke is best served as a spark plug off the bench. He runs the offense pretty well off the bench, but typically that reserve guard, like that 6-man type of guy, is not the guy that you're looking for the defense from. You want him to give you the offense off the bench, and I think that's Burke's biggest strength. And I think that's where he should settle into. I wonder if maybe just Fizdale is a little reluctant to give Frank the starting spot so soon, even though it's still only preseason. But I guess we'll see kind of maybe in the next preseason game. Now that Frank kind of had a sort of a breakout-ish game today, see if maybe he'll give him a shot next game to start the game and get out there with the starters.
Jay Ellis, what you think?
Frank got to keep what he killed, man. Like, I totally agree with all your pretty much 98% of the assessment you just had. I agree with. Like, the only thing is we have to kind of Burt can run the offense officially. Frank, as Carlito was kind of saying before, he kind of has to get rolling downhill and get comfortable first before he actually starts to get aggressive, things like that. But the moment when he's able to kind of run the team from the jump and not just go over the timeline and pass the ball to the side, and then wait for things to happen is the moment when I feel like Frank can start. And hopefully he'll have more games like this today, more of the second half and less of the first half. And then when that starts to happen, even if he's just okay, like you said, just okay on offense, getting people in their spots, I think it'll be worthwhile having him start over Trey Burke.
Shwinny, weigh in.
I would start Frank, but I would start him over Hardaway, and I would start him and Burke together.
Yeah, somebody has said that. I think may have been Max. It may have been Max.
I said that.
Yeah.
I said that. Yeah, I said that. I said they have to. It's a package deal. They have to go together.
Yeah.
If you
because
determined on starting Burke, you got to start Frank.
Because Frank isn't like there yet totally. Where when he brings the ball up the floor, he's still kind of like the point guard who is, I'm gonna get everybody into the set, and then we'll just run the offense. He's not gonna come up and realize, oh, the lane is open if I just get past this guy right here, so let me take it. Whereas Burke is willing to do that. So but then also Burke is a mismatch on defense. Like he is going to give up buckets. So playing him next to Frank kind of alleviates that. When then offensively, Burke is comfortable. Like you see it all the time. His handle is tight. So when he comes up, he can just get in the paint. Even if he doesn't do anything with it, he's collapsing the defense. He kicks it out. Frank gets it. Frank has a rotating defense to attack. And if you look at Frank when he attacks, he seems a lot more comfortable when he kind of catches it on the wing and is able to drive into the middle versus when he has to bring it up himself.
Yeah.
And try and break it down in the middle. Like he's better at that. So I would start those two together. I don't know if Fizdale is into that because we haven't even seen those two play together yet. I don't think in the preseason.
They're pretty good last year playing together, man. They have pretty good numbers.
And similarly, I think that Frank and Trier look really good together.
Yeah, they sparked it. They sparked it.
And I think it's because Trier is a lot. I mean, he's not the same as Burke, but he's a scoring guard. But for a two guard, Trier has good handles. He's got really good handles for a two guard.
Indeed.
So just that combination of skills with Frank is really nice. And in Trier's case, you're not even giving up size. So
yeah, he plays. Yo, Max, appreciate the call, man. I'm gonna move to the next call, man.
All right, have a good one.
All right, yo, take it easy.
Thanks.
Yeah, to Schwinny's point on Trier, and even Fizdale had alluded to it. He likes his defense. Fizdale, Fizdale called out his defense out there. So I think they're really gonna give this kid a real long look at trying to make this main roster, man. I think it's evident.
If it gets really real, you think there'll be ever a shot of Frank, Trier, Knox?
I mean, who knows? I mean, down the road, who knows? I don't think that there's no reason to be sorry. There's no reason to commit to any particular player right now. This is a development process, man. Like Fizdale said, you keep what you kill. So Alonzo's killing right now. Bottom line, Alonzo's killing, man. So. Let's see what happens. Let's go to area code 570. What's 570, man? Where is that?
That's Bushkill, Pennsylvania.
Bushkill, Pennsylvania.
This is Joe.
What are y'all killing out there, man? Wild boars or something? What are y'all doing? What do they do in Bushkill, Pennsylvania, bro?
We ski and smoke weed.
Okay.
Sorry if I said that out like that.
All right, nah, it's all good, man. We don't judge on the show. This is the judgment-free zone, man. But what's your
all right?
Yeah.
I just wanted to see what your guys' thoughts was on, being that Porzingis seems to get hurt every year. What about trying to put Knox at power forward and Hazonia as small forward, or even as shooting guard?
I don't think.
Who wants to tackle that? JL's got to tackle that first. I don't see it, but go ahead.
Yeah, I don't think Knox is gonna. I don't know. I mean, in spots, I think he can play power forward, but full time, I don't think I can see Knox playing the power forward. I mean,
his body's not there yet.
Yeah, I don't think so.
His body isn't there yet. And I don't feel like he's like a rim protector-ish type person. I mean, neither is Mario.
I mean, he did grab a double-double last game.
Right. He did have a double last game.
So he can rebound.
Right. It's more guarding the other power forwards, really, is what I'm worried about.
Yeah, I think over time.
I mean, he's young. He gets some strength in there. I'm just saying, we also have to think, because, like I said, Porzingis gets hurt all the time. What happens if this man comes back, let's say this year or next year, and gets hurt right at the beginning, and he's done again?
Well, I mean,
I think situationally you could play Knox.
So yeah, situationally, but I don't think that's something that they're gonna look to. Not this early.
Long-term power forward solution, but he also needs to put on more weight before he can even do that this season. I think he could do it in spot minutes, but he's gonna get beat up down there if he.
Look at his lower body; he's not thick.
I mean, I'm looking at the besides Noah Vonleh, everybody's gonna get beat up at power forward.
Yeah. So let Hezonja get beat up. Let Hezonja get beat up. He's not like a long-term piece. He's like a guy playing for his future in the NBA. All right, so you get your ass kicked for us. You get money. We don't have to put Knox down there, and he gets to come along, develop, slowly grow into his body. That's the arrangement here.
Yeah. Indeed. Yo, thanks for the call, man. I got some.
What do you guys think about Mario playing shooting guard rather than small forward and power forward? Because he's obviously physically outmatched.
I think he just sucks
defensively. Bad now. Wait till you see him as shooting guard.
Yeah, facts. I think that's been the problem. And caller, thanks for the call. I'm gonna move to the next calls. I think from what I've read, because I'm not going to front like I've seen Hezonja all the time, but from what I've read, the main issue with Hezonja is what position do you play him at? Obviously, offensively, yeah, he has his moments where, he can do some good things and he can be a mismatch at the 4. But defensively, like I said last year, he gave up 75% field goal percentage playing at the 4 in the post. Yeah. That is recipe for barbecue chicken. I think that's going to be the main challenge for Fizdale is where do you play him and for how long? That's why I don't see him as a starter. That's why I see Lance locking down that starting power forward role because, he'll know his role and he can do a lot more things out there than Hezonja defensively. Let's go to area code 201. Yo.
Hey, what's up? This is George from Jersey.
George Millette, what's going on, brother? How's everything?
What's going on? Everything's well. I just want to touch on this, man. Mitch is turning into a run protector, man. The dude is a beast down low. He just got to become a little bit more aware when the guards are driving and dishing to him. But overall, man, the dude is just growing from game to game. You can see it, man. For the most part, you still see that we lack in the floor general. When things get out of hand, there's no one slowing the game down, getting into sets or whatever.
Yeah, I think that's where we got in trouble earlier today. I think that's where we got in trouble earlier today.
Yeah. That's where Frank really needs to grow.
Yep. Frank solves a lot of problems if he grows.
Yeah. Because you can see that when they went on that 9-0 run in the first quarter or whatever, that's when Frank came in. And he didn't do anything wrong, but he kind of just came up, ran the offense, threw the ball to Timmy, threw the ball to Mario. And it's there are times where after they score 2-3 buckets in a row, you got to be the point guard and just, all right, guys, you got to get your team a good shot. You got to take that upon yourself to get your team and create a good shot. And that's where he needs to understand that deferring is okay situationally, but there are times where as a point guard, you got to dictate what's happening.
Yeah. Who else wants to weigh on this? Jay Ellis, what's your takes?
Gotcha.
I agree. He kind of has to dictate. I mean, Frank did his thing today. Like I said, when he starts to learn how to run the offense from the jump, that's when he's going to get better. I feel like this year is going to be that. It's going to be a step up from last year. You're going to see games where he's more aggressive than he was, and games where he has a little relapse. But I'm confident by the end of this season, at least. Bare minimum, but maybe even by December, January, that he's going to take another step for us, and he'll be aggressive from the jump, and he'll learn how to not just defer, but try to be creative. He pulled off a nice little in and out move for a bucket late in the first quarter. Try that in the first quarter. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed. Yo, George, appreciate the call, man. I'm gonna get to the next one, man. Thanks again for calling.
Man.
All right, cool. Yeah, man. Once again, man, post-game live. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Appreciate you, Savage Reese. Savage Reese gave us a super chat, $10. Appreciate you on that one, Savage Reese. George Buckner is saying that, y'all are wilding for saying that Frank is better than Trey, man. I think Roger Buckner he's a Trey Burke guy. Clash, man. What's going on? XS Finesse in here. David Time, Adrian Burnett, Sean Shepard. What's going on? Corrupt Killer. He was one of the first people in here. So shout out Corrupt Killer. T. Williams always in here. Ryan Hoffman. What's going on? SS Television. What up? Jahid Daniels. Troy Flett always in here. Troy Flett was on like 3 of my live streams yesterday, man. So shout out to Troy. He's always in here. Ace Bear's always in here as well. Yo, what did you guys think? What's up with Courtney Lee, man? I had some people, a lot of people think they could be icing him for a trade.
Yep.
What do you guys think? My posting and toasting guys. You think they're icing Courtney Lee, or you think there's a legitimate injury there?
It could be a mix of both.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it might be that he's just hurting a little bit, and they're like, well, why risk it? Like, we know what you can offer, and we are shopping you. So, like, God forbid he does have a little nagging injury, and then he goes out there and gets, turns into a big nagging injury, then he's untradeable. So he's definitely not a good enough piece to get traded if he's not healthy. So, I think it's a little bit of both. If you look somewhere in the middle, you find the truth with this situation, I think.
Indeed. Schwinny, do you think we eventually get a Courtney Lee trade before the season starts? Or do you think it's going to take some more time?
No, I don't think it happens before the season starts. I just think that, like, they know what Courtney Lee is.
Yeah. I think
he's not like some unknown. He's been in the league for God knows how long. And all he does is he'll shoot 40% from 3. He will not take enough threes because he will constantly pump fake to take an 18-footer. Like, he won't draw any fouls because he's weak when he goes to the rim, and his defense is overrated because he, for some reason, years ago developed a rep as, like, a really good defensive player. That's what Courtney Lee is. We don't need to learn any more about Courtney Lee. We just need Courtney Lee to have, like, a hot month of shooting and have some dumbass team that's desperate for shooting trade him for an expiring contract, and we can all go on our merry way.
Yeah. Hopefully they get the price that they're looking for, man, because, I like Courtney Lee. I like the investment.
No, I like him.
I like the contract. I thought he was a valuable piece for us. It just wasn't the right situation for him. Hopefully he can go to a contender. Area code 443. What's going on?
What's going on?
Yo, who's this?
It's Dave from Maryland.
Dave from Maryland. What's going on, bro? How's everything?
Oh no, everything good, man. I just got one thing I want to say.
Yep.
It's more on the people that's like jumping on the Frank bandwagon.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people not realizing that Frank and Trey Frank gets confidence off of Trey. He plays off of Trey really good. So, people saying, pairing them against each other, thinking one should start over the other. We have enough people that can if Frank starts and Trey starts, there's no ball handling. Neither one of them can handle the ball that good, so the defense is automatically going to strap down on that. That's the reason why Trey makes a better argument to start him. Or if you're going to have Frank in, you got to have a ball handler in. So Trier or Trey is a good option, but you have to have a ball handler next to Frank, because if not, it's going to be hard once the defense straps down on Frank. So that's why it's always good to have a ball handler next to Frank. Frank can control the offense, but he's doing it through the coach. He's a pure point guard. He's doing it through the coach. But if you're saying, I just want Frank out there, by himself to control everything, that's not his game. He's going to do it based off of having a ball handler with him, to where if, defense tries to strap down, he's going to give it to them and let them work. And he's going to try to create other ways that he can, But to say that he's just a pure point guard and he should start over Trey, I don't think so. I think it should be either Trey starts or he starts next to Trey or Trier.
100% agree.
Yeah, I think that was Max from the Bronx. I think that was his take earlier today, and the last game as well, is that having the two of them start. They feed well off of each other. It's just, do you really foresee them putting Tim Hardaway Jr. on the bench? I don't see it. I don't see that.
Too much
I
money.
mean, Tim Hardaway got to start going to the basket. I think his best game is when he actually starts going to the basket.
Max.
He fails at, I don't know why he keeps taking these pick and roll stop jumpers. I don't know why he keeps taking it because he never makes them. He try to pull the foul. He never gets it. New York Knicks don't get fouled. So stop trying to reach for the foul and just go hard to the basket. If not, I think that's the biggest thing that hurts Tim Hardaway is just he keeps trying to do the stop jumpers. And it's like, you're not a jump shooter. Just face it. Go to the basket or shoot a three. But, the jumpers is really killing us. And it's killing him because it makes him look bad. And I think he's a great player.
That's harsh, but that's pretty true.
Yeah, man. That goes to the point of, like, the type of shots he's getting. Like, I felt like last year he was kind of elite when he went to the basket. I felt like he was hovering around 50% when he drove. And it wasn't just layups. It was, like, contested, tough layups, too. But the quick three-pointers with his feet not set off to the side of the angle while he's running down half court after he shot the ball, like those shots gotta go.
Terrible.
Not everybody should be shooting threes on this team. Like, I understand we have to shoot more threes, but I don't think Tim Hardaway should be shooting more threes.
Indeed. Yo, caller, man, appreciate the call, bro. Let's go to area code 516. Local guy, what's going on? Who's this?
Yo, what's up? It's Yaron.
Yo, Yaron, what'd you on, man? What'd you think of the game tonight?
What did I think? I would just give it an A+, because we were just we were turning over and then we were just passing it back. But that's what I thought. I mean, in terms of what you and Jay Ellis posted today about Kevin Durant, I mean, I'm just lost of words because I'm really confused. Does the guy really want to come to New York? I don't really think so. So why does Chris Hines have to, like... I mean, I respect his
It was a slow news day, man. I take it easy on Chris Hines, man. It was a slow news day. He's basically just recycling takes. I mean, maybe he does have some inside scoop, but I'm not gonna worry about that.
That dude's connected to Golden State.
Yeah,
that dude's real connected with Golden State. So I don't think he'd put that out there if he hadn't heard anything.
Okay, well, we'll see, man. Like I said,
but overall, it was an A+ game. I mean, it wasn't really that bad, but the other night it was like extreme. So I would just give that a slightly A. It's not a big game, but it's only preseason, so we're not accepting something big, So
okay. All right, well, yo, appreciate the call, man. I'm gonna move to a next caller, but definitely appreciate the love, man.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thanks. All right, let's go to 917. You on the line?
What's up, fellas? How's it going, man?
Yo, what's up, man? Who's this?
This is JJ from Brooklyn. I called you the other night, actually.
Yeah, I remember. What's good, JJ? How's everything, bro?
Yeah. Pretty good, man. How are you?
Yeah, pretty good. What would you think of the game tonight?
It was good. I was most excited about Frank, when he had that drive and he slammed it down. I was like, okay, we need that.
Frank yammed it on him,
Frank, man.
That was nice to see.
I was like, okay.
That was my goal.
He could do that. He's got
Facts.
I mean, if Frank could take a step, that would be huge for this team, in the future. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, he had a couple of jumpers. He took another basket, take it into the lane. He could just be aggressive. The defense we know is already there. He can just play with that toughness at the other end. He can be really good. I just think he might be going out of the guard position. What is he, 6'7"? He keeps growing, so maybe he could even be a 3 and not the 4. I don't know, down the line.
I don't know. I think he's going to stay at the guard spot. I mean, things could change, but I see him in one of the guard slots right now.
Yeah. I know you guys were talking about.
The good thing about how Fizdale wants to run it is that he could be your quote-unquote guard, but he could guard the opposing team's 4 if that's what it came down to, and he gets big enough.
Yeah, he could guard 1 through 4 probably.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best case scenario.
Facts.
I'm not even sure if he's really good at scoring off like cuts and stuff like that. I feel like every time I see him try to score off like a cut in traffic, something kind of goes awry. So I can't really see him playing for, but that much.
Yeah. Real quick, you guys were saying about Durant, but I think he's too soft for New York, man. He's always lying about looking what people are saying about him. Imagine in New York with all the the writers and radio and you know what I mean.
I'm not gonna lie. That's
so he has a bad playoff game.
Yeah. If he puts up 25 a night on whatever he shoots, I don't care. I don't care how soft he is. I'll be deleting all my tweets and everything.
Yo, JJ, appreciate
real quick.
Yeah, all right. Go ahead. One more thing. Go ahead.
One question real quick about I was just looking at the draft. If you guys could have like one player, you would say we got like a whatever top 5, top 6 pick. Who would you like in that draft? In the draft for us.
This next year?
Yeah, next year.
Early for me to pick.
Yeah, next year. I like Grimes. I like Langford. I like 5 or 6. I like we can get a shooting guard for the future. That would be huge.
Zion Williamson.
Yeah, I was about to say I got to see all of them play, but Zion's pretty freaking good, man. Like
Zion is nice.
He just would be similar so position nasty next to KP.
Yeah,
Zion has that killer instinct, man. We need killers on this team, man. We need some killers, but it's early, man. I don't even get into college football till way too late. I'm still a diehard Giants fan, so I'm hanging on football as well. I don't have enough time. So once football is over, that's when I get into college.
It's over. It's over, dude.
Yeah. Oh man, come on, Swinny, man. Can I believe? Can I just hold on to some hope, man?
Yeah, man, I'm a Bills fan.
I'm a Jets fan. It's over for me too.
Oh
Don't
man,
worry about
you a Jets fan. Swinny's a Bills fan. Al is a Jets fan.
Yeah, it's over for all of us here.
It's over for us,
rough,
man. It's rough over
out
for
here.
us, man. Yo, JJ, thanks for the call, man. We got a couple more calls down the pipeline.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Up. All right, man. Next time. All right, let's go to. We got 2 more calls on the line. Let's go to 201 and then 347. You're on deck. 201. What's going on? Hello. Yup.
Hey, this is Doug from Boston.
Doug from Beantown. What up? What up, man? Are you a Red Sox fan, bro?
Nah, not really.
All right, cool.
I got a question for
cool.
Indian Donald Glover.
You said who?
All right, Indian Donald Glover.
Who?
Oh, me?
This guy's playing on the phone. Bro, you waited 10 minutes for that, man? Come on, man. All right, let's go to 347. Yo. Hello. 347. Hello. Yo. Hello.
Yes. Hi. My name is David Time.
David. Oh, David Time. What up, man? I seen you in the chat. What's going on?
Yeah, I was in the chat. I was arguing with a couple people. This is what
Yeah, we're listening.
Yes. So this is my thing. I see. Hello.
Yeah, we here, bro. Waiting on you, brother. You are live and direct, man.
All right. All right. So this is my thing. I see Frank and. I see Frank and Trey Burke as the 1 and 2 combo. Knox is a 3. I keep Les Thomas as a 4, and I keep Kenta as a 5. Tim Hardaway needs to go to the bench. I'm sorry. He needs to go to the bench. Moutier, he could stay, but he has to be like a point guard to facilitate. I don't need him to drive. I don't need him to score. He needs to find Tim Hardaway Jr., Mario Azonia, and Vonleh could play the 4, and then Mitchell Robinson, since he's frail, I keep him as my bench player, or probably have Trier, since he was hot, and put him as the starting point, the backup point guard for Trey Burke over Moutier. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And that would be more better as far, because I believe that the Knicks is going to tank this year, to be honest with you. The Knicks is going to tank this year. KP is going to be out for a whole year straight. I believe it's going to be a bad season for us. But just to put up a fight to get to at least the 8 seed, I think we need to go with that starting lineup. Frank is not a point guard. The Knicks fans are trying to make Frank into a point guard. He's a 3 and D guy. He could guard with the best player, like a Curry or James Harden. The best player. Trey Burke is a liability on defense, but if you put him as offense, he could give you like at least 20, 25, to be honest with you.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Yo, Dave, appreciate the call, man. We're going to run through these next 2 callers, man, but definitely appreciate the support, bro.
No problem.
All right. All right, let's go to 305 Miami. What up? Yo.
What's up, man?
What up, man? Who's this?
Yo. I'm Oliver. I'm calling from Miami.
Oliver from Miami, man. Are you a Heat fan or a Knicks fan, man? What's your deal? What's your story?
No, man. I'm a Knicks fan since I remember. I've been a Knicks fan. I'm a Miami rival.
Okay, all right, man. Glad to have you, brother. Hold it down there.
Good. I'm thankful to have you guys online. Anyway,
no problem.
I just want to say, man, I didn't get to see the whole game, but what I saw from Dotson was 105% composure, clutch all the time. I really like Dotson, though.
Hey, I'm with you on that one.
Yeah, that's Jay Ellis. That's Jay Ellis's guy. He's a Dotson
my
guy.
I've been Dotson fans last year, waiting for him to break out.
Yeah, man. So I just hope he gets, he keeps consistent and stuff, because that's the problem with some of the guys that we have. I don't know what we're doing with Cornette. Seriously, I think we should keep Bonley.
Yeah.
And I don't really like what I'm seeing from Day, but I'm not freaking out like everybody is. I think I should, in my opinion, I will give Moody a couple of more games to see if he gets it together, but he really needs to get it together, though, because he has a lot of upside. He has a lot of potential. That's how I see it, but he needs to really, really concentrate and get it together.
Indeed. Yo, Oliver, man, appreciate the call. Definitely call back next time, and make sure you subscribe to the channel, man.
For sure, man. Thanks.
Right.
Have a good one, guys.
Take it easy, man.
How do you fix falling?
I don't know, man.
Like, what do you do?
Take some ballet or something, man.
Inner ear problem. He's like,
on
one side.
he might, man. He might. Once again, shout out everybody in the chat. If this is your first time watching, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you know every time we go live. We go live after every game. Post game live, Knicks Fan TV here. My man Jay Ellis from the Nick of Time show. We got our guys from Posting and Toasting on as well, and we're gonna have these guys on, pending availability for these post game lives as well. We definitely appreciate having them on and providing some insight. So make sure you guys are subscribing to the channels and hit that thumbs up, man. If you guys like this video, definitely hit that thumbs up. It definitely helps our channel. If you want to support the channel, that's the best way to do it. Subscribe and hit that thumbs up. And that's how we get promoted on YouTube. So it definitely helps us out, and we appreciate that. All right, let's go to, looks like we got the last call of the night, 954. All right, you're on the line, man. Last but not least.
Hey.
Yo.
What's up? What's up, y'all boys? Hey, it's my first time on the channel.
Okay. Salute, bro. Salute.
I didn't really see this. Count it. Yeah, man. Hey. What's up, y'all?
that was my Gus Johnson soundboard, man. I had to unleash it, but go ahead, bro.
So I didn't really see much of the second game. I was actually at the first game. I'm in D.C. right now. I know my area code is 954.
Okay.
I guess I was born in New York. I lived half my life in New York, half my life in Miami. So also D-Way salute. But yo, this is what I want to ask you.
Try to slip that in there, but all right, man. Keep
yeah,
going, bro. I didn't like that one, pal.
This is what I gotta. Listen. This is what I want to ask you guys.
Yeah.
I was checking them out the first game. I know it's preseason. I know it's too early, but I saw a team that had its composure. I saw Dotson, like my man from Miami in the call before was talking about him. Dotson was stellar. Knox played well. Noah played well. I don't know. I'm seeing Fizdale incorporating a system that is really about the basics, the hard knocks, being in shape, all this stuff. If they can be a great defensive team, even with Frank, leading that cohort, I want you guys to talk about for a little bit a great defensive Knicks, maybe with the option of KD in the future, but a great defensive Knicks against like a Warriors. What do you guys think about that?
Oh, I think we'll get annihilated. I mean, just keep it a buck. I mean, we'll get trashed, but I do think that Fizdale will add, will help increase our defensive awareness, our defensive intensity, and having guys out there like Frank, having Lance out there, having Money Mitch, having if Dotson gets out there at some point, he's gonna have some guys out there that can actually give that effort. And I think overall, the team's overall defensive effort is going to be elevated with Fizdale's presence. What do you guys think about that on the panel?
I forget about Lance all the time, though. He's nice.
Nah, I wouldn't say that. I would say that
tries hard.
Defensively,
yeah, he tries. He tries
Defensively,
hard. Yeah, defensively he tries hard. And listen, Lance is a captain for a reason, right? Lance is in the league for a reason, right? There's many dudes that's probably in the G League on the streets that's way more talented than Lance Thomas, right? But I think he brings certain intangibles that other guys just don't bring, and I think that's what's led to his longevity right now in the league.
Yeah. All right, y'all boys.
All right, man.
Hey, what do you make of this KD talk? Is it hearsay or is?
I mean, Schwinny thinks there's something to it. Al, what do you think? What do you think about this KD talk? Is it just talk?
I feel kind of the same way as Schwinn does. It just seems like there's a lot of smoke blowing around. You know, you figure there's got to be at least a little fire somewhere, but you can't say for certain. It's too early. I'm not going to get my hopes up, but I'm going to at least entertain the possibility that he might, at the very least, give the Knicks a sit-down meeting, which would be more than the Knicks have been able to get in the last 5 years anyway. You know, so,
we're 100% going to get it. We're definitely going to get
it.
We're getting the meeting. Jay Ellis, how does he pass up if they win another one? How does he pass up? How do they pass up not trying to be a dynasty and beating the Bulls, beating the Spurs, and keep going for more rings? I don't see it.
Man, I don't know, man. I kind of feel like if you're a competitor, for real, you care about your legacy. I feel like you're going to want one where you feel like you earned it. I'm not sure if KD earned it, man. He came into a team that was already made. All he had to do was add water.
But he seemed like he don't care. Like, he seemed like he does not care about what people's opinions are.
He cares he wouldn't be responding to eggs on
Oh, he cares so much, dude.
You think so? That's what the burner accounts are about.
Seriously, he's rolling up on teenagers in hotels, bro. That guy cares.
I think this is maybe a hot take. I think Kevin Durant cares more what people think about him than LeBron James.
That's a hot take.
LeBron James?
I agree.
LeBron James over here?
LeBron James is passive aggressive about it. Like he won't say anything, he'll just worry on the sneakers.
Yo, appreciate the call, man. I'm gonna go to one more caller and then we're gonna wrap up for the night.
All right, man. I appreciate y'all, boys.
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely call back and subscribe, man. All right, one more call for the night. I said that was the last one. We'll go one more. 646. What's going on?
Hello?
Yo, just turn your volume down, man. All right, what's going on?
Hello?
Yeah, we here.
Yo, what's up?
What up? Who this?
Let's see. I like the preseason right now.
Okay.
It's starting to look good. They're 2-0 right now. But Hazonia, he needs to upgrade his defense because he's letting people pass by him like he's a rookie. That's the only bad thing. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's preseason. But you know, I think from Mario so far is you know, he could be an extra facilitator out there if he plays well. But you know, defensively, I think it's gonna be a work in progress.
He had a rough game. He had a couple of games.
Yeah, he was looking real Alexei Svedish tonight. I seen a couple of Alexei Sved like moves from Mario, but
that hook shot was something of.
That was almost Shaqtin' a Fool worthy, man. But we'll give him some time. We'll give him some time, man.
That made the list.
Facts. But yo, caller, man, appreciate the call, man. We're gonna wrap up for the night.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
What do you think about the Kyrie thing that's happening right now? You think we could get him?
I don't know. He's another one. I don't see why would you pass up an extra year and $50 million and a better team to come here. I just don't. I think there's so many reasons why Boston is much more appealing. I just don't see it, man. We're always talking about these free agents, talking Knicks. I just think it's just used for added leverage and talk. Until I see it, I'm a pessimist, man. Call me a pessimist, but that's just it. What you guys think of the whole Kyrie thing?
I'm starting to feel less sure that anything's going to come to be with Kyrie.
Yeah.
It just
promo video killed it.
Yeah, just the way that he's talking now. I mean, granted, some guys, it could be all talk. Obviously, he's going to say, like, yeah, I'm a Celtic now, and I can see myself being a Celtic in the future, all that stuff. But he seems pretty sincere to me.
Yeah.
So it's a little hard to believe that he would believe that situation, especially because it's not even like they're aging out or like they're gonna have to pay a bunch of guys soon or anything. Like they're pretty well locked up for a little bit. Like they got guys on rookie deals for a couple more years and stuff.
Right.
They're in good shape right now.
Yeah, when you start using words like special to describe your team and stuff like that, I agree with you. It's kind of like a telltale sign that he's really sincere about him actually staying with the team long term. I'm kind of with you on that. A little part of me was like, damn though, Kyrie, you want the glory, right? You want the statue. You want the Marbury statue in New York. You should come to New York. But I don't know if it's gonna happen. It seemed like he's wavering now.
Schwinny, where are you at on this?
I don't think that Kyrie is coming, but I don't put any stock in anything at all that he says.
Yeah,
because
it sounded like a good way to quiet down the distraction.
He says a lot of things that don't eventually, like, he said all this stuff right after they lost the NBA Finals to the Warriors. He said about how LeBron was such a great leader and he would love to play next to him, and he'd never, he couldn't imagine there was so much for him to learn. And then 3 weeks later, he asked for a trade out.
He just said the world wasn't flat.
Yeah. I don't think he's coming, but I mean,
stranger things that happen, right?
I don't care what he says right now, because if you're smart, this is exactly what you would say right now.
Exactly.
You don't want distractions during the season.
Mm-hmm. I agree. It's a
I think KD
is the flop. I don't know.
I think KD is way more
realistic.
Really? That's crazy.
I'm starting to think KD's more realistic.
That's interesting.
And that's all turned in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
My thought on that has changed all in the last 2 weeks. But yeah,
I don't want to believe it and get my hopes up, so I pretend like I don't even read it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's gonna be a long season. I'm just trying to get through that, but we'll see where the chips fall. We'll see where the chips fall after this season, man. All right, so I think we had a good talk. It was a good game. We had a lot of good callers. I think we could go ahead and wrap up real quick for everybody watching at home. I have this graphic up right now. It is the viewing party: Knicks versus Mavs, November 2nd. If you're in the tri-state area, come through. It's going to be a good time. You're going to see all of us there. Schwinny will be there. Alex, Wolf, Jay Ellis, myself. Is hosted by Posting and Toasting and the Knicks Film School. We'll also have the guys from It's a Hard Knicks Life in the building as well. We're going to charge a cover, but all proceeds are going to go to charity. I know we're going to be raffling off some prizes, watching the game. It's going to be a good time, man. Just come through and have a laugh, have a drink with us. Some food and whatnot. So just save that in your calendar if you're in the tri-state area. November 2nd, Knicks versus Mav, a viewing party. That's what we're going to be doing, man. So definitely looking forward to that. Al, you have something else you want to say on that?
I was going to say just Jonathan Macri from Knicks Film School is working on a venue right now.
Okay.
So we should have details on that soon, hopefully.
Okay. All right.
And yeah, it should be a really good time. I'm looking forward to getting to see you guys in person, and hopefully a ton of Knicks Fan TV, of Posting and Toasting, and Knicks Film School, Twitter people, whatever. I think it would be a really good time. So I'm looking forward to it, and I hope a lot of people come out.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun, man. All right, Al. I'm keeping the camera on you as we close. If you want to promote any articles, where they can find you, let the people know what's up, man. Alex Wolf, you're on.
Check us out on postingandtoasting.com, SB Nation's Knicks blog. I'm on Twitter at @TheAlexWolf, TheAlexWolfe. And other than that, I mean, we got some cool coverage still coming out. We're doing season previews of some players on our site right now. I'm going to be working with you guys a bunch this season, so hopefully you guys see my face a lot. Hopefully you don't think I'm too ugly. Yeah, right. I'm a solid 6, and then just check us out, Twitter, our website. It's gonna be a good season. I think, might take some lumps, but we're gonna have a good time.
Indeed, Alex. We'll appreciate you, man. Schwinny, you're up next, man. What's good?
Not much. You can also find me on Posting and Toasting. Follow me at Schwinny Poo on Twitter. Poo with an H at the end, not like poo. So that's it. You can follow me there, and you can see some of my not so great writing on Posting and Toasting.
All right, man. Schwinny, appreciate you, man. Jay Ellis, yeah, bro.
Hey, first of all, subscribe to the channel, damn it. Hit that subscribe button, please. Second of all, podcast just dropped. Uploaded that joint on YouTube. I'm proud of myself. I got it up really fast this time. Hopefully that can be a trend. It's getting a good reception, so hopefully you guys like it. Also, you can, if you want to get the podcast even earlier than it is on YouTube, go to my SoundCloud. That's soundcloud.com/TheNickOfTime Show. Watch me and my friends talk a lot of shit and laugh and joke. It's really fun. It's a little different vibe from other podcasts. Trust me, I think you'll like it. And yeah, also check my merch too.
You got the merch? You got the shirts?
Do I got the shirt? I got one on deck.
There we go.
I was gonna have one on deck. Yeah, I got my Knox
shirt
on deck. We got Mox. We got Ron Baker.
There we go.
We got Frank Lakina. We got Fizz.
Bro,
we got
I need
Mario.
a shirt. Hook me up. I need one of those.
Hey, man.
I'll pay you for it though. I'm not trying to like hustle you.
Hey, man. Let me know. Yeah, and you can get that at thennickoftimeshow.com/catalog.
There we go.
I'll put the link in my YouTube description.
All right, cool, man. Yeah, man, yo, everybody, appreciate you guys for tuning in. You know where I'm at, man. Knicks Fan TV, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Follow me. I'm always on. I'm always talking Knicks. Shout out to everybody that came through tonight. Shells Heavy, appreciate you, man. I spoke to Shells Heavy today. He sent me a boatload of Knicks gear that we're going to be giving away this season. So stay tuned for that. We're going to be hosting a live stream next week. And we're going to let you know how you can win those Knick giveaways, man. We got jerseys, we got hats, we got tickets. We got nice ones, man. Nice ones. So shout out Shells Heavy on that one. Shout out for everybody that came through today. Joe Curry, Alex. Oh, Alex is in the chat. Shells Heavy, BKB, BK Geist, KR, Che Garcia. Clash Man, Troy Flett, appreciate you as usual. David Dime, thanks for coming through. Rich Jim, who else? Roger Buckner, Ace Bears. Yeah, man, thanks for everybody for coming through. We will be back on Friday for the next one. Who we got on Friday, JLs? We got, let's see.
Yeah, let me shout out my chat real quick.
Go ahead, man. Shout your chat, man.
Joseph. Quinn Nones, thanks for holding it down. As Parker, thanks for holding it down over here. We got who else we got? Oh yeah, Young Simba. Yeah, what's up? Those back. Carlito holding down the chat.
Carlito always holding it down, man.
And for some reason, I can't click over to the Periscope because my computer's acting really weird right now. But sorry guys. Otherwise, I would shout you out too.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we got the Pelicans on Friday, so we'll be on after the Pelicans game. Call us up, come through, talk Knicks, man. Shout out to everybody that came through. Shout out to guys at Posting Toasting for coming through, man. Thanks again. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and check out some more of our Knicks content at the top right-hand side. You'll see some of the playlists with our other videos, man. So until next time, man. Peace.